Hello everyone, this is Dawn Priolette here, and I'm going to do the reading for Geminis today. And happy birthday, by the way, for those of you Geminis who have your birthday this month. And I'm a Gemini too, but my birthday is next month. And happy Mother's Day for all of you who are mothers. So, Gemini. Nice angel cards that I have for you. I went ahead and I shuffled the cards and I pulled them in advance because I didn't want to spend all of that time. So anyhow, one of the first cards I got for you, Curando. This is a beautiful card. You are going through a period of healing. Now, remember, when you're going through a period of healing, it doesn't always feel good. And this reading is really about your mission and your money, okay? Which could be your career as well, especially if you're actually working in your mission. And Curando, for me, because this is a money reading, what this is telling me is that you are, really working on letting go a lot of the limitations and things that were handed down to you from your family, because it is the life purpose. It is your mission to really surpass your family, to surpass your tribe in terms of earning money, in terms of loving your work, in terms of everything, really. You have a certain paradigm that was handed down to you. You had no choice in the matter. And this is why, basically rich people stay rich and poor people stay poor, because they were born into a particular money paradigm. And, it's like we all have this inner thermostat with money. We can have a certain amount of money, and after that, we've got to get rid of it because it doesn't feel comfortable. And so what I'm taking this to mean, Gemini, this is really good, is that you are actually overcoming some of those limitations. So good job. Confiar. This means to trust. Trust in yourself, trust in your intuition this month. Well, this reading is for the rest of this month and going into the first couple of weeks of June. So, have trust in yourself. And for some of you too, I'm really getting a feeling that you have some really close friends around you who are going to be helping you out a lot this month as well. But basically, it's trusting your intuition, your guidance, and also in terms of, choosing the right people to help you let go of those money paradigms. Trust that you are going to be guided intuitively to the right people to help you with that. And you also have Archangel Miguel or Michael, okay? So those of you who may identify with this archangel, this is just letting you know you have some higher help available to you. And you know what? Sometimes remember, if there's a particular thing that you need, if you're needing a sum of money, if you're needing something this month, don't be afraid to ask, because we do have access to higher help, but very oftentimes angels and ascended masters, they don't interfere in our lives. They're not codependent. They do require you to ask for what you need. So don't be afraid to ask, Gemini. Okay, so, wow. So let's see what is coming up with the regular deck of tarot. Okay, and so This is for the week coming up. Three of Staves. One of Staves is like you have an idea. Two of Staves is like, okay, I'm getting it together. And Three of Staves. 3 is the number of creation. So this is telling me that you are ready to create something. For some of you, if you have your own business, the Fool right next to this tells me that you're ready to kind of go off on a new journey. And it's a journey where you're kind of like doing something that may be out of the ordinary and maybe something that other people might not understand, like coaching, because you know I'm a coach and like nobody understands what it is, it seems. I think that's changing, but whatever, it looks like you're going off into a new direction, and you're kind of, you know, having to have some faith, you know, to trust that it's all going to work out, and also to ask for help. The thing that might get in the way, Gemini, is the Tower in reverse. And normally when the Tower is like this and when it's upright, this is where you have a lot of old ways of being that are just exploding, like they're being destroyed, torn down in order to build anew. But the fact that this came up in the reverse, this is telling me that the one thing that may sort of get in your way is if you have fears about letting go of anything from the past, you know, and your old ways of being. Okay, so just be watchful of that. Now going into the final week of this month, first card we have the Hierophant. This is somebody who likes to do things the conventional way, and right next to that we have the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles oftentimes is referring to your business and how you're doing business. And so this is telling me that these two cards together, it's telling me that you know, you may be wanting to do things perhaps in a more conventional way, and you know, in some ways that could be beneficial for you, such as, you know, I know as a coach, you know, I don't have a boss that stands over my shoulder and tells me when I have to do things. But, you know, there are times when we do need some structure in our lives. And that's kind of the feeling that I'm getting with these two cards together, is that there may be a need for some structure and maybe a more typical way of doing things, a more conventional way of doing things. And then we have the Knight of Staves. Now, staves are very fiery, very passionate, and the knights are could be a young person around you, but it came up in the reverse. So I want to say that either you or someone involved in your business may you know, it kind of, along with these other two cards, which are suggesting that you do things in a more conventional way, that may be why this is up in the reverse. It's like this is a person who is very passionate, has a lot of ideas and so forth, and that's fine. That's all well and good. But there may need to be more of a structure, and it may feel like it's slowing you down if this card is actually representing you. In some ways, it may feel like it's kind of putting out your fire a little bit, the passion a little bit, and having to wait. I'm I'm feeling like loans, if you're needing a business loan or something like that, or some funding to get you going, like, you know, in that kind of case, you would actually need to have a business plan. You would actually have to, in other words, do things in some kind of conventional way to prove that, you know, this is a valid plan. This is a valid business. Now, going into first week of June, first card up is Justice, which again, Justice, this has to do with legal matters. Some of you may be incorporating, some of you may be, you know, as I said, maybe trying to take out a loan, dealing with some kind of legal issues. And the Hanged Man right next to it. That kind of tells me that it may feel like there are some delays, but not to worry, because the Hanged Man also, you know, I mean, you can see here that he's getting illuminated, okay? You can see the light around his head. So don't worry about the timing. Just, you know, again, they're saying trust. Trust that everything is actually happening the way that it should, you know, because we start shoulding on ourselves. Everything is happening in perfect timing. It's just not your timing. Okay. Queen of Staves. Again, this is a fiery, now this is a very fiery, it could be male or female, actually, even though in this case, you know, the queen is usually female. This could be representing you, but again, she came up in the reverse. So I'm just feeling that, you may be feeling a little bit stifled, a little bit like chomping at the bit to get something going. And you may just feel like the legal part of it is holding you up a little bit. So, second week, going into the second week of June. Good news, the Sun. Good news, Nine of Pentacles. Look at that, look at that. She's in the money, she's in the money. So whatever it was, I'm going to say for you, Gemini, and this is for me too, so this is looking good. In the second week of June, it looks like we're going to be in the money.